see what they were doing, they being the people of the state, acting via Carol. This is criminal obstruction. This is a whole family of demons. This is what is so very disturbing. You're looking in the natural and you're looking at two parents and their adult children. Well, one of them, they have twin sons, Tylee and Carol, of apartment 1800 number 5. So that's 1800 North Alvarado Street, apartment number 5. They're actually a family of demons, all 4 of them. This is demon possession, and this is a family of demons acting together to criminally target another person, myself, in concert with the government. And what they were doing was this. You see how it says upload failure? There's no failure of my phone or my internet. The engagement in the criminal elements of monitoring. So what I captured was, as I was ending the video, speaking to how the people of the state, all of them that are living, for example, along the hillside, you're talking about loss of possession of your children, employing and having custody of children, the threat that they are to the public, the threat that they are to children, also while they are onward engaging in the onward contribution to the delinquency of minor children, engaging in this system of state surveillance, engaging and training up in this demented pattern of conduct designed to psychologically torture another. They're literally teaching and training and employing minor children. So you're removing them from the people of the state. As soon as I got through documenting, capturing that video, Carol, and let me give you her whole name, Carol of 1800 number 5 runs up and approaches me. This is audible activity. And this is a family of demons. It's both very sad and it's also very pathetic. You, your husband, and your kids are group stalking. I mean, talk about some family secrets, okay? Very, 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 very deranged. But you have what is also impunity. They're living at the crime scene. They are devoted to this criminal system, all right? And they're acting with the ongoing knowledge that they're monitoring on the video of the internet. So this is the significance. Oh my gosh, there's a homeless person. This is a third party. Whoever they're referencing is a third party. This, I can't get into my apartment. And her husband, Tylee, was group stalking in the previous video in concert with LAPD, got out of his little 2-door vehicle and went right upstairs, monitoring me in plain sight with impunity. And that's exactly why I asked her, your husband's already home. What do you mean you can't get in the apartment? It's all audible activity, okay? And then you have him come downstairs because, again, they're engaged in real-time lying. They're monitoring. I'm subject to surveillance. You're dealing with demons. They know exactly everything that's being said, what I'm doing, where I'm at, everything. So then he comes downstairs and asks to let her, he was already in the apartment, comes down, oh, can you let her in the apartment? This is so that they can monitor me. I just want to break down. All they're doing is monitoring, and it's relevant because this isn't, when I say federal prison, they're going for years. This entire community is going to face time in federal prison. They're monitoring. This is relevant to obstruction of justice. And while I tell them that they need to call the police on this third party, that's what's actually going on. And they're oh my goodness, there's a homeless person and he's peeing. It's all audible activity. And this homeless person is a third party that's monitoring as well. And you're also understanding what they're doing is they want to, and this is what I mean. It's so pathetic. I'm still going to upload the video. This is the psychotic behavior of the demon-possessed population. They just want to stop uploading the video right now. Okay, it's still going to be uploaded and you're getting more time in federal prison. Is it worth it? This is what I mean. There's not a rational mindset there. Very highly deranged and demented mind state. So that's a threat to your to the safety, obviously, of the target individual, to the life of the target individual. It's an ongoing obsessive desire to obstruct justice, but that's not happening here. Everything that this entity is doing, not only is the pattern of conduct already established, not only are you still going to be prosecuted, not only am I going to document your psychotic endeavors to attempt to obstruct justice, it's going to inform federal policy. That's what's going on here. So when I say removing minor children from the custody of the people of the state, that's why. This is what the audible activity is accomplishing. While I'm capturing the video, the previous video that I captured, and I'm speaking to removing the children from the custody of the people of the state that live along the hillside, you have what is immediate engagement and what is audible activity. She runs up, and you can see her at the end of that previous video. It's audible activity, and at the same time when I'm telling her, well, you should call the police. And I'm being facetious because the police are stalking. She is in the shoes of the state. She is the police, in other words. Understand that. She's a group stalker with the state. That's stalking flying in circles in helicopter in just two videos ago, stalking in helicopter. And I'm telling her I'm in every way being facetious because I'm documenting her. She's going to federal prison. And this is also going to be the substance of the hearings against her with regard to her mental instability, the high level of malice, understanding what is actually a psychopath, okay? As opposed to the many things that you've been told by those who are biased, okay, those who don't want you to actually know what's going on with regard to so-called mental health. And I'm not saying that there are not trained professionals that do study, because I did not study, for example, psychology. I studied the law and political science, but there are very plain red flags with regard to the ability to know right and wrong. It's not rocket science. You know what's right and wrong. This is why it's a secret system, by the way. You also know the laws. You're talking about law enforcement. You're talking about the court system. You're talking about legal professionals, attorneys. They know the law. They know what's acceptable. They know what's legal. They know what's illegal. It's an entirely covert system. They also know what's acceptable, what's unacceptable. They also know what is which is an ongoing continuing endeavor with regard to conditioning. You will be more acceptable to the demonic the more you are conditioned, and there are plenty of things that are doing that to you on a daily basis, by the way, consciously and subconsciously. But so this is talking about the elements of monitoring that are underway. Monitoring on the my communication device, all for the purpose to obstruct justice, while she is outwardly conducting herself as though she can't get into her apartment, even though it's a matter of documentation. Her husband's already in the apartment. They have 2 entry doors. So if she didn't want to, because of another third party who's supposedly urinating all inside of that hallway, she could have gone in through the front. Oh, but as soon as I remind her that, yeah, actually I documented your husband group stalking in the previous video, then he comes downstairs. Oh, we can't get into the front. I need you to let her into the front because I'm now out of the apartment and we don't have a way. All of that is audible activity and relevant positioning. These are psychopaths. This is relevant for what is mental examinations. This is malice. Okay? This is all malice. While, by the way, in the midst of this conversation, LAPD is flying over in a helicopter. Coincidentally, not. As I say, you should call the police. The entity sounds helicopter, and then you have them engaging what is, and this is what I want you to learn about the demon possessed. Highly malicious. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, we can't get in. Acting oblivious. They're engaged in the pattern of conduct. They know that they're being documented. They know that every aspect of their criminal system is exposed, and they are still engaging in what is a delusional iteration of the same exact pattern of conduct with the criminal purpose of obstructing justice online on the venue of the internet. So while they're engaging in the criminal elements monitoring, that is, I'm walking, she's group stalking and monitoring on my phone while I'm walking her to her apartment to open up her apartment door, which, by the way, she already had access to. But again, I don't need to prove that. But this is the reality, and this is why as soon as I said your husband's already home, I saw him go home already. He immediately comes downstairs. This is also not a coincidence. You're dealing with demons. You're dealing with also very delusional psychopaths who are no longer a secret. Nothing about what they're doing is a secret. So then you see what wants to be hidden. Again, you are able to see the psychopath. You are able to see the invisible, which is demon possession. Very highly malicious, not necessarily intelligent whatsoever. And that goes for the courthouses filled with legal scholars, so-called, because they are captured under a light source and in impossible light activity, which is speaking to, again, the gathering of those who are of this condition does not in any way suggest or establish that you are in any way superior or elite. You're certainly not above the law, and it does not speak anything to what is your intelligence. It's not. The pattern of conduct is very, very idiotic, and it's plain on its face. There's no sun that's going to be over the courthouse at 10:30 in the morning, which I have as a matter of documentation, and I also have the evidence of it remaining here directly over my head while you have them engaging in what is obstruction of justice today. So that's what I want to get back to, and that was the 1800 apartment number 5, Ty Lee and his wife and his adult child. It's a family of demons, and that is so sad. But that's the criminal system, and that whole family is going to federal prison. And I believe they were granted naturalization. This is the grounds upon which you are revoking that. You're not welcome in this country, and if you were granted citizenship, some sort of permanent citizenship, or if you were granted immigration status, whatever, you're going back to wherever you came from. You're not welcome here, and this is a grounds of doing so. Justice definitely substantiates the pattern of conduct to engage in terrorism in this country. you're out of here. And their impunity is further establishing that that's exactly what needs to happen. And that's after they spend time in federal prison. Then they're going back to wherever they came from. It is currently 10:15 a.m. and you're looking at the screen. This is what the whole purpose is. Oh my goodness, there's a homeless person and I can't get into my apartment. Oh yeah, I forgot. You documented my husband was group stalking and is already in the apartment. Oh, I need him to hurry up and come downstairs. Now we need you to take us up to the apartment so that we can continue monitoring you while LAPD flies over by helicopter, and then we can obstruct your ability to upload that video, the video which I'm still going to upload, and then I'm going to document and teach the masses about demon possession, about malice, about looking beyond the veil, about how the so-called secret society, which is not a secret anymore, how everything that comes out of their mouth is nothing but audible activity. They're liars. They're in the legal profession. They're in law enforcement. They are living all around you. And they're in the specific environment. Anything coming out of the mouth of a third party is a lie. It is currently 10:15 a.m. This is P.O.C.